Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dying times here. Oh yeah!
Every one of you silly people, we both want you all to know that we're so happy to see you, because we set the bar very low. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the Low Bar Stream. These idiots allow the team. Only one thing we can guarantee: this song for loser show is free. Always free. Always free. Our host is named Blue Collar. He's simple and not complex. Try not to laugh when he cries, like all the women do during sex. They all laugh at him. The other guy thinks he's cool, but he sounds like a giant tool. He calls himself the Toxic Lord. He'll ramble on and make you bored. He rambles the fuck on. Welcome to the Low Bar Show. They have no knowledge to bestow. We hope that you can stay away, 'cause this stream is probably a mistake. Welcome to the Low Bar Show. Woo! Whoa, to the Low Bar
So this was your plan? To let me die.
Let you die? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Wouldn't want to ruin all the fun, would I?
Welcome to Low Bar. Questions, wrong slides. Let's see. So I literally walked into my house right now. I got my good old Regal cup, with my delicious Pepsi Zero, and boy, I made some slides for Regal Unlimited.
Regal Unlimited, what is that, blue collar loser? Tell me more about this.
Look at this pricing. There is 3 different tiers. I'm using the middle tier, which is $24.49 a month, and taxes and fees may apply. But look, 148 theaters, 363 theaters, 434, and yeah, for $24.99 or $24.49 a month, you can get unlimited movies with exclusive perks. And look at it for Regal. All these different formats. We got 4DX, IMAX, RPX, ScreenX, some other XXX stuff, but there's everything on there.
But
And
blue
yeah,
collar loser, what if I forget to bring my rewards card with me? What happens then?
well, you have an app you can download, and it's right on your phone.
On my telephone? On my cellular?
Well, yeah, your smartphone, I would assume.
Oh my God, that is amazing. Then I would literally have it with me anywhere.
Yeah, I know. And even like different perks too they have on here. Like, man, I get free movie tickets, give it to my kid, discounted popcorn prices. Sometimes I get free popcorn. It's really good for $24.49 a month.
That's really
Yeah.
good right now because the popcorn and the soda and other concessions are extremely high right now, blue collar loser.
Yeah, whenever I think Regal Cinemas, I think about one thing, Lord Toxic.
Lilu Dallas Multipass.
So, yeah. But yeah, so yet another film that, I keep saying that, boy, instead of like you and me bitching and moaning and groaning about Snow White, because half the internet's doing that, you know,
Uh-huh.
I like the fact we keep like hearing and talk about things that not everyone talks about. I never even heard about this film called Ash until yesterday. I went to go
Okay.
see Ash, and well, that's a separate review because we're busy. But
Sure.
you
Yeah,
told
sure.
me about last night this film, which again I'm looking at my area. I've got 5 major malls. Only one mall was playing this film called Locked, and I didn't hear nothing about this. And I would say Bill Skarsgård's a pretty well-known actor. Of course, obviously the legend Anthony Hopkins, and no promotional material. I watched a trailer. I'm intrigued. And so it was your recommendation to go see this film. I literally just walked out. We didn't talk in the green room about this film. But yes, the
No.
film is called Locked. And I mean, as I'm drinking, I'll let you give you're always good with the opening synopsis about
Sure.
what the
Yeah.
hell is the film Locked about? Why should we see it? How do we feel about it? And again, Skarsgård, Anthony Hopkins, two pretty big powerhouses, but I've
I
not
would
heard this fucking movie.
Yeah, I would say so. No, I had not, in all fairness, I had not heard of it either.
Mm.
And it was another thing where, TikTok, which I realize is a little on the gay side.
Definitely.
So TikTok, as most people know, I spend a lot of time on there, and I saw the preview for this, and I was like, huh, okay. Now, obviously, Skarsgård has not really been knocking him out of the park lately. Let's just be honest about that. He's not done
Yeah.
really well.
Oh, right there real quick. And on the way home, I did listen. We always promote other people listen to. Jeremy Johns did a review on this. So even Jeremy Johns talked about it. So one other person I know about talked about this film and highlights his review. But yeah.
So Bill Skarsgård, excuse me, sorry. That's a tongue twister. Bill Skarsgård's character is a kind of petty. I would call him definitely a petty thief. And
Yeah.
he's in a jam, which we find out more about later, but he's basically, his van has been, it's got to be repaired. He doesn't have enough money in order to do it. So he's looking for a quick fix for this. The term that the kids use out on the street is called hitting a lick. He's got to hit a lick real quick. See what I did there? And he comes upon this very nice looking SUV, and he decides, well, I'm going to see what I can get out of this car, maybe boost it, maybe get some money, or at least get something out of it. Unbeknownst to him, the owner of the car, William, played by Anthony Hopkins, who is some sort of doctor or surgeon who's recently suffered a tragedy and is on his way out shuffling off the mortal coil, has decided to set a trap for any kind of petty thief and run him through a kind of a torture scenario locked within this vehicle where I'd say about 90% of the film takes place.
Definitely, yes. And and off the bat, like some people, Bill Skarsgård's character, he's not as much as every man, but I initially
Eddie.
I do sympathize with his character because I've said it before publicly, and my friend Phil, if he watches this, thank God, listen, boys and girls, especially nowadays, have a mechanic as a friend because his car is breaking down. Hey, listen, man, it's what, $400 for an alternator? Will cost $900 to fix it. $900? He goes, dude, I can do it myself. Find the fucking tools. Yeah, but you don't got the tools, huh, son? But a friend of mine, you'll spend $500 in a part. My friend Phil's like, Chris, I'll do it for $50, no problem. Because he goes, I used to work at a garage where we would charge $500 fucking dollars for labor, which takes a half-hour work. So off the bat, I'm like, I feel you, bro. I've been there. Shit.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things. If you have a specialty in doing stuff, and when I'm not doing off the books PI stuff or security or whatever, bouncing at bars, I do run a sideline, make extra money doing maintenance. And I wish that my maintenances can be like a really broad subject. I wish mine was towards vehicles. I really, really wish it was, because I'd make a lot more money and I'd keep mine running probably better. But thank God it's still
definitely.
knock on wood.
That's what my friend said. I mean, my friend could sit there. He can do a half-hour job and make $200 real quick. And of course, for him, it's a half-hour work. And the person you're charging $200. Well, I'll charge $200. The garage is charging $1,000. So he's making a quick $200 fucking bucks for easy work, man. That's why. Deal.
So if I could, I'd go back in time, and instead of learning plumbing, which is what I actually know best, I would do. I would have done mechanics, but I honestly just thought, I was going to go in the military. And hey, Nix, what's up? Nix is stalking me. Nix is stalking me from stream to stream. What's up, buddy? But yeah, so he gets himself basically locked in here, and we have this kind of,
that's the first 15 minutes. It's pretty quick. It goes right into it.
Yeah. And they kind of do the old school kind of stinger entry where we have a little bit of an opening and then the credits pop up like after the 10 or 15 minutes starts or whatever, when you really I guess when they establish that he's really in a bad predicament, and boy, it goes from bad to worse really
pretty
fast.
fucking fast. And one
Really
thing I like
fast.
is if anybody says like, well, okay, of course, why doesn't he just break out? Anthony Hopkins' character, William, over because it's basically when he first gets in there, okay, guess what? Now the doors are locked. Now what's he doing? He's like trying to, of course, pry his way out, push his way out. Guess what? The doors are locked. It's a pretty expensive car, maybe $100,000 or more. So
Easy.
he hops into the back. I mean, he's said easily probably more expensive. But he grabs a fucking the jack for the tire iron, and okay, hey, break the back window. He's hitting the back window. Well, guess what? The glass is bulletproof. So of course he's panicking as you would do. And okay, so I'll take the door frame, right, and start taking off the plastic. Well, underneath the plastic, there's like fucking 2 inches thick of steel. So he's by all account encased in his fucking car, which is like a metal tomb. And as eventually said, Anthony Hopkins is calling him through the tablet, calling him. He's ignoring him. Fuck, I'll take out my gun, right? Why's the gun on you for? Got a gun. Shoots the freaking gun. Guess what? The inside of the whole fucking car is bulletproof. Ding, 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 ding. Nails him in the leg. Fuck. So
Yeah.
He is trapped in this goddamn car. And you'll see in the trailer, there's some girl walking by, right? And of course, the glass on the outside, it's basically reflective glass. So she's looking in like a mirror, and he's screaming. It's also soundproof. Like Anthony Hopkins' character, he made it where, dude, you're not getting out. There's no fucking way, man.
Yeah. No, it's one of those. It's like one of those locked room mystery type films. So yeah, and then what kind of transpires is a combination of good choices and a combination of bad choices. Eddie is a little bit up his own ass, thinking he's so street smart and he's so on top of stuff, and he's really he's got a huge ego, and and then he's dealing with somebody who basically has a bunch of money and is kind of got a death wish and has nothing to lose, so he doesn't care, and he has no problem running Eddie through all of this stuff. And he's a combination of stuff, like there's electric shock stuff bedded into the seats. So and then there's an issue. Hey, JBBJ.
Antifa terrorist, Muddy Brown. He's playing Muddy Brown Puddle. Yeah,
he's got he's got cameras all around, so he can see everything that Eddie's doing. He can control the music. He can control the volume. He can control the whole car. It's like
temperature.
Knight Rider. He can control. He can control the temperature. He can make it hot. He can make it cold. And he's in there for a course of, I think, like 3 or 4 days.
Well, initially it's like a Friday. He passes out because it's more than me. Obviously, he gets shot in the leg and some of the blood loss. He wants to passing out. Then it says next day, Saturday. Then of course, one point eventually he's gonna fall asleep, right? And it says then you see like the sun coming down, come back up Sunday. So he's in it next. One point he passes out again. It says Tuesday, so it's at least fucking 4 or 5 days he's in this goddamn car, man.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
So, and it's pretty extreme. There's a combination of stuff that he should have kind of known better, and then there's a combination of stuff he does which is actually pretty clever. So I feel like it's not one of those things you're watching like, oh my God, you idiot, why don't you just do this? So he does a lot of stuff that somebody would actually try to do. He does, and of course he does a couple of impetuous things, just shooting inside it. Listen, even if they didn't have bulletproof glass and stuff, I would say don't fire a weapon inside of a closed car. That's that's ridiculous. So, other stuff, and, some of the stuff is like, it's, if you don't have a strong stomach, you're not going to like this, because it's, there's stuff between, him having to, oh, by the way, spoiler alert.
Pull this up right here.
I feel like you should have that ready, but,
unfortunately I'm trying to get more stills for everybody, but this film doesn't have like a lot of marketing. So it's kind of the same 4 or 5 pictures I'm finding on Google for like,
no. So it's a situation where, he doesn't have any water. He doesn't have any food. He's wounded. He's cut himself. He shot himself. And the antagonist does come down and while he's unconscious, patches him up. But he's still hungry. He's still thirsty. He's still claustrophobic. He's still stuck in there. And then of course there's all this different rigorous stuff that, Anthony Hopkins' character, William, is doing to him. And he feels like he's completely justified. And early on in the film, Did I put that StreamYard ad in the stream
Now,
description?
yes, next it kind of, forget it auto does it. You have to take it out. It's just I was in a rush because I woke up late, and yeah, but StreamYard now they auto do it for you. You can go back and take it out. I just kind of hit the create button, bam, talk to Toxic, hit the theater, came back, been running around.
Yeah.
But yeah, but they do it now for the free plan. It's like they just put it in for you. It's like,
Oh,
bastards,
nice.
man.
Nice. So yeah, no, and it's, you know, he kind of gets at his wit's end, and really he actually kind of takes a lot of it in stride, really. That's one thing that I kind of like. He doesn't, you know, a lot of it he's just like, well, whatever, I'll just go to sleep, or well, whatever, I'll just be thirsty. And you know, he's singing, you know, like McDonald's commercials to himself, and you know, there's other stuff going on where, you know, little teases, a girl comes by and does her makeup in front of the thing, but she can't hear him screaming because it's like, I guess, soundproofed. And you know, he's got this sign. They're in a parking lot. There's a sign in the behind him that just basically keeps turning and saying very interesting stuff that's applicable to what's going on, like repent on your sins, or do you want a Big Mac today? And
here's a big cheeseburger.
Yeah. So really the only time that it gets really bad is for him is when, you know, of course he's got a daughter and he's missing seeing her because he's in this situation, but also because he's been down on his luck. He's been behind on his child support payments, you know, so we've all been there. And it's a situation where, you know, the Anthony Hopkins character gets her information, knows where she's going to get at. And because he can control the car, you know, there's like a little cat and mouse game. Is he going to run over this guy's little girl? You know, he's got a gun. He, you know, he wants him to off himself. And that actually almost comes to play in the fact that, you know, he's willing to off himself instead of his daughter getting hurt. And really there's no reasoning with this guy, with Anthony Hopkins' character. He's about to die. He suffered a tragic loss from his daughter being robbed, and she got killed during the robbery. So he just doesn't care now. And he wants to make, before he dies, he wants to make some people, you know, suffer, including
it's almost
our main character.
it's almost the same. It's not the same exactly, but the same kind of concept as Saw. The reason Jigsaw is doing this shit for, because he's dying. That's why, and he wants people to pay and suffer and also redeem themselves. Not the same boat, but it's when you're at your life's end and you got nothing to lose. Fuck it, you do shit like this.
Yeah,
I do
so,
like
at
one point in the film, because they're having conversations eventually, and of course Bill Skarsgård's Eddie's like, "Why are you doing this for?" And they get into a philosophical debate where I don't think it's political. I just think it's good dialogue with two characters because they're both right. Because basically, Anthony Hopkins' character is like, you know, I'm tired of people like you where you got a big rap sheet, you keep committing crimes, you keep doing stupid shit. It's kind of your own fault. And Eddie's coming back like, well, saying, well, the problem is people like you that are born into privilege and a fucking silver spoon in your mouth. And these laws are created to keep rich people rich. And he's like, the Anthony Hopkins is bouncing back like, well, you know what? I came from nothing and built my way up there. But they're both right because, you know, Toxic, a lot of these fucking laws keep rich people rich, but also some people are poor and they choose to stay degenerates. They don't make themselves any better. But it's such a back and forth system because they're both right in different aspects.
Yeah.
And for a movie like this, I was kind of shocked to just have some good dialogue because, yeah, it could be talked about all day. That why are blue collar workers, people that work 60, 70 hours a week, living paycheck to paycheck. They're poor. They're catching the buses, but then some makes OnlyFans and they make $40 million in a year. But then some rich people, and you know this, I mean, rich people that are rich, Epstein, they get away with fucking murder and horrible things, and they keep staying rich because they got that power.
Right.
I mean,
right.
So it was a very big philosophical debate I didn't expect from a film like this.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, you know, there's a good character arc with him. This is my first time seeing Bill Skarsgård use his regular voice. So it's
a little accent there,
little accent creeps in. Yeah. It's interesting, but he does pretty good with his face, and he doesn't come across as you know, like a true blue hero type. Like he comes across like exactly what he is, like a street level kind of, you know, like scrub that's just doing like petty shit. Sam Raimi movie too. So yeah, kind of interesting.
Yeah. I do like one part where you can see, because Bill Skarsgård, the guy goes from like, Boy Kills World to The Crow to Pennywise. And one point, you know, he just has some blood in his mouth and everything. He looks over, he starts laughing. And like, I can see the Pennywise behind the makeup, like why he.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
But
that
yeah,
does
and like
happen.
Toxic would say, I mean, the film was 90% him stuck in this car. It's not a complicated plot by any means. The ideas have kind of been done before. And it's just I mean, I was interested of like what's going to happen next because as the film's progressing, I'm like, is Anthony Hopkins teaching him a lesson or is it really sadistic? Is Bill
Yeah.
Skarsgård really like,
It is the whole point for him to just get him
A
somewhere
test?
in private. Yeah, after he's tortured him.
Yeah, I
and,
wasn't
and
sure.
pull a Goodfellas on him and blow out the back of his head.
Yeah. And I do like the fact that Anthony Hopkins' character, he kind of like every step of the way, he always plans stuff out. But also there is some kind of torture scenes in a sense because he's got rules. He's an elder gentleman, it's like you kids in your damn generation, stop saying the word fuck. Well, fuck you. Bzzz. And he's like, okay, after 2 days, right? Well, you want some water? Fine, I'll give you some water, but you have to earn the water. Say you're sorry, say pretty please. He's like fucking with them. But of course, as you said, Anthony Hopkins, he has control of the car. He starts putting on like this yodeling music, and thing is, Toxic knows about military and do these torture aspects and stuff, and listen to yodeling music for 6-7 hours straight. After a while, you're like, and he's got the volume maxed out, and he's screaming like, I've been here for fucking 8 hours listening to like yodeling, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, and after 2, 3, 4 days, now the car, he cranks up the fucking heat to like max, and he's like sweating his balls off, and he's got no water. He had one half water bottle going in. After 2 days, 3 days, he had to pee in the water bottle. And looking at water bottle, like, man, it's been 3 days. I'm covered in sweat. I need something to drink so bad. And you're look at that water bottle, like, would I?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'll go thirsty because it's just gonna make because if it's not, you can drink your own pee, but it's got to be filtered. Otherwise, it's just gonna make you more thirsty.
Yeah, I do like one point. His character is like, he's like, hey, there's a cookie in the glove department. Man, he grabs a freaking cookie. He gnaws that shit down like a hungry animal, man, because he has eaten for fucking 4 days, man. Just freaking But yeah, anything else to me? It's not a complicated film. I think we kind of covered everything, right?
I mean, that's pretty much it. It's a morality tale. Where at the end of the day, did the characters learn something? And I think we're supposed to believe that William Anthony Hopkins' character is supposed to learn something, but he really doesn't, and that's kind of his undoing. Whereas our character, the Bill Skarsgård Eddie character, he does, and he, even when things are really bad at the end, at the culmination, when they are toe to toe with each other, and Eddie kind of gets the upper hand, he still gives Anthony Hopkins a chance to kind of redeem himself and just be like, look, it's over. Come on, get out of the car. And he doesn't want to. He's just like, no, I'm done. So it's one of those things where, as our good friend Raylan Givens says down below.
Here we go. So
run into an asshole in the morning, you ran into an asshole. You run into assholes all day, you're the asshole.
What?
I'll get a clip for that. Yeah,
but yeah, it's great. Yeah. So
not much we'll talk about.
Yeah, there's not really much more to say. I mean, you gotta watch the movie yourself. Did I like it? Yeah, I did, man. Finally, we're starting to. I feel like maybe some of the cobwebs are clearing, or maybe it's just because we're so, you and I are as hungry for good movies as Eddie is hungry for food in the car. So he's like licking, I kind of feel like that's us, like licking the wrappers
in his backpack. He had some like an old potato chips bag, and he wakes up and he's just taking the foil and like
licking it, and that's what that's what I feel like we're doing with these. But listen, the stuff's out there. You just got to look for it. You can't just sit and wait for the regular mainstream media or even the YouTube birthday clowns to tell you what you should go watch. That includes us. You can go watch this movie and be like, Toxic, you're retarded. I don't think this is good at all. And you might not like it, but it's a tight, it's a good story. And to be fair, I wasn't sure that Eddie was going to make it out of this. I thought there was going to be like a choice between like him and his daughter, and then that was going to be how we were going to kind of tie it off, or it was going to be something similar to like that Jeff Bridges movie with Tim Robbins as the terrorist and stuff like that. I thought it was gonna kind of wind up being like that. It does have an extremely abrupt ending, like a really abrupt ending. That it almost looks like there should have been something else, and then they fade to the credits, and you're just like, oh, okay, so that's it then. So all right, well, that's interesting. And really, and it's fine because there really wasn't much else to say. But so did I like it? Yes, I did like it. Would I recommend it? Yes, I do. And I recommend that you, if you can, watch it in the theater. I don't know that this would be as good on the small screen, actually, if I'm being honest. So yes, that leads me into question 3. Should you spend your hard-earned money? Obviously, if you can get the Regal app or you can get a discount, maybe go do it, because I know money is tight. But I think this is a good date movie. Of course, if you are of the dad bod type, like me and Blue Collar, and you're taking your girlfriend to go see it, or loved one, you just got to know that, she's going to be kind of, getting a little antsy in the pantsy looking at his washboard abs and ripped arms and stuff like that. So
I know. See, and Nick, I can't think of, I'm sorry, I'm such a fucking sellout.
And that's what you're going to sell out for.
Yeah. So to bounce off my co-host Terry, did I like it? Yes, I liked it a lot. And I was reading the comment section for Jeremy John's review. Someone's like, "Hey, is this like the film Phone Booth with Colin Farrell?" Not really, because you could, I mean, you can kind of stretch that, but
Phone Booth is very watered down. This is the gloves are off for this.
Yeah,
Phone Booth is more mentally, like he puts him through mental stuff, like Anthony Hopkins' character. But I mean, the premise is very similar. But with the logistics of it, like Anthony Hopkins' character William puts Bill Skarsgård character Eddie, he really puts him fucking through it. Like,
he definitely tortures him, and also it's I did like the dialogue between the two characters. And at one point, because it's a big car, it's $100,000, whatever. Of course, you would expect him to have modern technology. He can remote start the car and drive it around. And there's just a good scene, I think, because trying to understand both these characters where they're coming from. And Anthony Hopkins' character William, he's driving by. He's like, "Hey, look at these areas. Look at this city, right? You see all these homeless people, all these fucking degenerates, people just expecting handouts. The streets are getting more disgusting. Crime rates going up." And it's like, your whole generation, you kids keep committing crimes over and over and over again. All it is a slap and arrest, and nothing's being done. And I'm like, he's not totally wrong. So, and I did like that aspect, but also, as I said, Eddie's character, he's got his points as well. So when you have two good actors and some great dialogue, and they're both right in different ways, I was intrigued. On top of, man, he's been stuck in his car for 2, 3, 4, 5 days. It's getting worse and worse. And how's it going to end? The ending, as Taka said, could be a little bit abrupt, but there's only one or two. Listen, eventually it comes down to one or two characters has to die. Simple as that. So depends on how you take it. But would I recommend it? Yeah, definitely would recommend it. I was at not the edge of my seat, but I was intrigued. I want to see what's going to happen next. Should you spend your hard-earned money? Well, yeah, I have my Regal app, but like he said, probably a good date night for a person. If you're going solo like me, I would say it's a matinee, just because ticket prices are a bitch, guys. But $10, $11 for matinee, I would say that's good. So, and like Toxic said, I would definitely want to see this in theaters. It's a great theater experience, and I had a good time with it.
Agreed.
And so, and also, Joe, it's like this is a new at least a new original idea. Instead of bitching about yet another remake, yet another requel, yet another prequel, yet another. But this is something.
No sky beams, no aliens, no after credit lead in. No, I mean, I can't say there's not huge stars, because I consider Anthony Hopkins one of the biggest stars there is. But Skarsgård is definitely an up and coming star, so I can't say that, but. I mean, it's basically like this could be like a stage play. You know what I'm saying? Like this could be something on Broadway or something like that. Like it's basically one set. It's basically one or two set pieces, and it doesn't push believability. It's not, there's not some kind of deus ex machina, that saves somebody at the. I mean, he has to get by. I won't. I know we did say we would give spoilers, but I think we did good with not giving away the complete ending. So the way in which Skarsgård's character Eddie extricates himself from the situation is clever. It's clever. Like he says in it, he uses the yes, correct. He uses his street smarts in it in order to get out of
Yeah.
the situation. Street I can't talk today. Street smarts and tenacity. He uses his street smarts and tenacity.
Yes.
I'm you know what I'm gonna do that I haven't done in a while, Blue Collar? I'm gonna give this a top shelf recommendation.
Wow, holy shit.
I'm gonna give it a top shelf. Now, is it because I've been drinking rot gut for the last 4 months? Quite possibly. Quite
I
possibly.
mean,
but
you've seen top shelf. Here's one clip for you.
You've got to do better, Senator.
Yeah, actually, I guess some clips for our like top shelf, middle shelf, and bottom shelf. Yeah, so top shelf. Wow, that's a pretty high recommendation for a film like this.
Just
boy.
for originality, just for the follow through, just for doing all of the things that I complain endlessly about, just for giving me a reprieve and making me happy and you know what I mean, like that kind of just those things. Like, listen,
we do a top shelf, right? I know we have.
We have not done. We haven't.
A couple times, right?
A couple times, but no time recently.
Oh no, not for 2025.
Well, I don't
Not
even
this
know.
year.
Did we even do one in 2024? Maybe Dune.
Well, this is this number 28. So yeah, I mean we've 20. I'll look it up on my phone.
I mean, you know what? That's a great question, Nix.
First, you Nick from you looking at my phone.
What? Very, very few. Very, very few.
Yes.
And listen, if this were, I'm gonna be perfectly candid. If this was a good year of movies, if this was a good last 5 years of movies, I don't think this would have rated a top shelf. But it wouldn't have been bottom. But I would have just been like, it's good entertaining. But you know, honestly, the lack of stuff that is original, you know, this isn't a sequel, this isn't a reboot, this isn't a remake, you know, all of that stuff. Like, it's definitely something that and you have to know that I usually don't give top shelf reviews unless it's got good rewatchability. I will rewatch this again when it comes on streaming. I'll have my girlfriend watch it and then she and I can check it out. But yeah, there's definitely been very, very few.
Technically, top shelf would have been Land of Bad.
Oh wow, so that's like,
yeah, we did.
Is
Land
that
of Bad.
24 or is that 23?
That was last year. Yeah, Land of Bad.
Oh, was it? But it was
And
early last year.
Yeah,
it was early
of course.
last year.
I mean, that was different because they're releases. But you know, you and me seen Alien for the first time. That's an older film. Alien, and also we did I should try to look up right now too. Alien.
Yeah, I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can count those.
Also, we watched The Crow with Brandon Lee for the first one.
Yeah.
But
I mean, given
it's
those
rare
ones,
though.
yeah, given those ones, top shelf is. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know why the ending is abrupt, but I mean.
Yeah. Let's say I'm pretty much on a level with you where it's like it's definitely a high middle shelf to top. So I'm kind of like in between, just because like, you know,
you're not gonna agree with me though.
No, well, like you said, the thing is the ending is very abrupt. But I mean, I think it's great. Yeah, I mean, I would say technically top shelf because we do have three categories, but it's kind of like the very like lower. I mean, what's like the cheapest top shelf whiskey? you would say
I probably Crown.
Okay, yeah. So no, I love the originality. I love the concept of it. I did like of course two veteran actors, Hopkins and Bill Skarsgård, is showing that he's not just fucking Pennywise. He's doing a lot of stuff beyond that. And I said I was intrigued, but what's going to happen next? What's the point of this film? And said just these different moral conflicts by his characters. It's not just, yes, it's a simple concept, but everybody knows, and you've seen so many films where there are so many films out there that are just dialogue only, or some of the best films just take place in one room, as long as you have good dialogue and good concepts. So it's definitely, I'd say, top shelf for me, and I did love the originality. And the point of us doing this is that, unfortunately, you know, I don't have 100,000 subscribers, but if I did have a bigger fan base, I would say, guys, go support new, original, fucking fun stuff instead of like complaining about Snow White.
Right. Yeah.
Let's see. Does the type of ending damage it? No, it doesn't damage it. It's just it's kind of like it feels fast. It's like toxic.
It's sudden. It's like, you know, it's basically like if you meet a hot chick at a bar and she goes ahead and gives you a handy J and then she jumps out of the car really quick before you have a chance to like get her number. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, but no, but I still would either way. Nick's highly recommend it, and just for originality, man, something we weren't looking forward to, and definitely I could debate this might be so far the best film we reviewed this year. I mean, I know it's only going into April, but still, it's been
for me, I know we did a separate review of this. I'm going to do my own solo review, but I'll probably put it equal with Novocaine.
Okay.
Just because that was also surprising. I know we had to pick and choose between Novocaine and Black Bag.
Yeah.
So I would put this on level with Novocaine, whereas Novocaine is a little over the top and still kind of silly and funny.
I agree.
This is over the top with the violence, but it's not funny. It's just it's brutal.
Well, plus, and I still felt there's definitely some realism on the sense. I mean, well, you know, gunshots more than me, but like if you get shot in the leg like that, it's not going to kill you. It's going to hurt like hell.
I mean, if you don't hit like he says, if it don't hit an artery, you know, it won't kill you. I mean, I've never shot a pistol inside of a car and had it ricochet on me.
Yeah,
so you know, it loses some of its force, and you know, the bullet. So basically, you're getting hit with shrapnel as opposed to being like stabbed in the chest 37 times.
Yeah.
Up to him.
Yes.
And I stabbed him 37 times in the chest.
Carl, that kills people.
Oh.
Yeah. So our poor Nick's Junior backwards country, but even said in my area, Nick's, I do have 4 Regal Cinemas, but only 1 Regal Cinema was playing this, and I was shocked that this doesn't have a bigger release. But that's, you know, the problem is because all my theaters have Snow White.
Yeah, they put Snow. Yeah, in the theater of 10 screens, they had 1 screen shut down, right, and then they had 2 screens for Snow White, 1 for this, and then like 2 for that other kind of pseudo kids movie.
Well, at some point, make sure you pay for this, because you know I always support paying for cinemas and the industry, and I don't support piracy on my channel ever. No,
definitely not. We definitely want you to always do all of the right things and
because don't just like a friend of mine. I'm not here with Toxic to make money because of
Dream. You gotta be careful.
We're not monetized.
Yeah. Dream.
Poor Sammy. I love that. Yeah. All right, guys. Not much more to say. Actually, the Toxic. At some point, we have to cover Reacher, and let's see.
Yeah, we do Reacher.
Yeah. Thanks, Nick, for stopping by. But yes, as we keep saying, man, support
and Proctofile.
Sorry, yeah, please on here.
And World War Joe and JBBJ. Who is that? Who's JBBJ?
I don't know. Losing track.
And Mr. President, always a pleasure, sir.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on my pardon.
Yeah,
that would be helpful.
All right, let's do the outro, and then we'll talk. We'll talk record about tonight next for the current episode of Reacher.
Word.
So, where is it? My my first time doing this.
Oh my God.
I know, man. I think I should outro. Here we go. Bye.